Hey girl.
Howdy, 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 my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Aquarius, for November 2021, darling. So if you find some tarot cards that resonate with you in this tarot reading today, darling, be sure, Aquarius, to let me know in the comments below which cards resonate and how, as well as if you do enjoy this tarot reading, darling, or you just enjoy my vibe, Aquarius. I really would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that extra step to support me. Keep in mind, Aquarius, I am just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could. Take the cards that resonate to leave what doesn't. Tarot readings are just here to give you some food for thought, perspective to consider, never making choices in your life, Aquarius. As well as, remember, it doesn't matter what you identify as, whether it's he, she, they, them, anything inside or outside of that gender spectrum. Aquarius, this reading is going to resonate regardless if it is meant for you. So let's just jump into your reading today. As well, remember, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, Aquarius. So let's just jump into this tarot reading today. Let's see what is going on for y'all at this current point in time, Aquarius. Let's see what's up. You guys have the Hanged Man stepping forward to you at this current point in time, Aquarius. So you know, this is a very interesting card to be having, and I see the Hierophant card as well in the back of the deck for you. And so, Aquarius, I do feel as if some type of commitment that you've made for a long time now. This could be in terms of your work situation, Aquarius, or it could be even in some type of committed relationship in your life, whether it's platonic or romantic, family even, darling. It feels like obviously you are going to be having a Hanged Man moment. Things really changing up. You're seeing this dynamic in a certain type of way, in a new way. And it's like something's different about you, Aquarius. You're approaching something, even if it's the same exact thing, but with a new set of eyes or with like a new mindset, Aquarius. It's like for some of you, darlings, you're like almost like reevaluating, Aquarius, like where I feel as if I don't remember even at all. I'm like repositioning my back so my posture is better. It feels as if I don't remember your reading at all from last week, Aquarius, but I feel like this might be similar, from where I was like getting the sense of where you kind of reallocating where you're putting your energy, what you are valuing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like specific message, but I wouldn't be really surprised, Aquarius, if you've been feeling drawn to like make more time for certain connections in your life. Feels like for those that do, it's just like you have like some sense of a reservation on trying to elevate some type of connection deeper, or trying to make yourself closer, more available to this energy. It feels almost as if you're trying to read the room, trying to see, like almost like wanting them to take the lead when it comes to this connection with you, Aquarius, which, you know, if that is the case, then definitely I feel like you're going to be approached by them because of that Hanged Man experience that we were seeing, right, Aquarius? So let's continue on with your reading. You have the Page of Swords, Knave of Swords stepping forward to you, Aquarius. So definitely, if you are kind of trying to get a better direction on where this energy is going, or where, like where you want this connection to be going, it feels like this other energy here is extremely self-aware of it. I say that just because the Knave of Swords is very popularly known in terms of a social reading, known for just like not really saying anything, but watching and being observant. This feels like a very self-aware energy coming in here, Aquarius. And I would be really even saying that it's almost like you guys are kind of mirroring each other, Aquarius, where it's just like both sides are trying to like have the other side or want the other side to take the lead in regards to this connection, but neither side is actually even doing that. So very much so mirroring. I don't know what relationship this is about, whether it's platonic or romantic, Aquarius, but it feels like you catch on to this mirroring as well, and either you have that Hanged Man moment, well, you do have it regardless, but it's like due to that Hanged Man moment, whether you have this due to them kind of taking action and being like, hey, let's take this a little bit further, honey, or you have this Hanged Man moment where you're just like, oh, this person's kind of reading the room as well. Like I feel like you're, Aquarius, becoming a lot more assertive in regards to that connection, if that is the case, because I do just, if someone's becomes a lot more assertive, Queen of Swords coming in here, a lot of air energy. Queen of Swords stepping forward to you, Aquarius. This is your energy, right? Swords being air, and Aquarius somehow being an air zodiac side, even though it has, y'all have aqua in y'all's name, honey. Y'all are very watery air, but I digress. Let me keep to the subject of this video, right? With this Queen of Swords, did I show y'all this card long enough? This Queen of Swords here, yeah, there does feel as if there's like some type of reservation, really wanting the others. It's like, I don't mean it in this aggressive way. I'm just using this as an analogy, Aquarius. So hopefully the analogy doesn't get lost, like make you confused or what have you. But it's like the analogy of where it's just like both y'all have your weapons up and you're waiting for the other side to put their weapon down, to feel comfortable enough to put your weapon down. But neither side want to have the weapon out in the first place. They're just using, like, have their weapon up because the other side had their weapon up, even though you both have it up at the same time. And you're just wanting to self-preservation, darling. So it's just as if it's giving me very much so that type of narrative where it's just like neither side wants their weapons up, but the demeanor says something else, or rather, like your demeanor says something, but your actual like action of just like holding the weapon says otherwise. Does that make sense? I feel like I explained that so poorly and confused a bunch of y'all, but hopefully not, Aquarius. We have here the Six of Cups coming in here. Definitely, oops, darling, my bad. Definitely, it's my laptop. Definitely, Aquarius. This is a dynamic of someone that you at one point did connect with. There's history here, at least, you know, the Six of Cups representing like romanticizing the past, thinking how things could have been or were, you know, maybe there's just this, you know, could be an energy where it's like you're giving something a second go around, both of you guys are, and y'all don't know how to really make that transition from what things used to be in the past with that Six of Cups, you know, and then being that answer like the Queen of Swords, even though neither side want to be the Queen of Swords. Y'all don't know how to make that transition from the Queen of Swords to something more loving, like a Queen of Cups, honey, or even just something else, right? And so it's very interesting how it's that way. For others of you, Aquarius, we can't neglect the other portion of this message. If you look at the artwork of this, look at the artwork, Aquarius. Don't look at my nails, honey. I'm kidding. I like chipped black nail polish, but I feel like it turns off a lot of people, but I don't care. You see in the artwork of this now where there's an individual, it looks a lot more of like a dom sub experience, but well, that's the art, that's just the art of this deck, just being the Necronomicon offering a cup, right? And so we can't neglect at the very beginning you had that hanged man experience. So again, there is someone who becomes assertive to offer that cup to the other person. Do you see how I'm making that correlation? You already know, Aquarius. When it comes to my tarot readings, I don't present myself to be some soothsayer, see y'all, whatever. This is a collaborative process, right? We're solving this puzzle together. And now, if you hear some other noise, it's Miss Tulip doing her business in the litter box as well. So forgive her for that. Let's continue on with this. Girl, it sounds like she's playing in a sandbox to how long she's staying in there, honey. All right. We have the Four Discs, Four of Pentacles coming in here. I do definitely feel like someone just ends up showing their hand, Aquarius, and they're just like, hey, is this worth investing into? Definitely like this sense of being like, let's take things a little bit more seriously, or at least let's get things to be where it's just like, let's both put, what is that saying, Aquarius, where it's just like, let's both it's like, let's both take a risk in terms of this situation. Let's both like shed some skin, or something about like, let's both get involved in the situation where we both take a risk with this. There's a quote or a phrase for that, and please let me know in the comments below, Aquarius, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's both like bruise some skin or something like that. It's gonna bother me anyways. Like, it's like the sense of being like, hey, let's both just go in on this, you know, as like an analogy, being like, well, let's just show that we're actually committed to each other. Let's do something that, you know, we both take a risk in regards to this, and you know, maybe move in together. Or even it could be just a sense of vulnerability to one another, right? Something kind of like puts you both into a situation, let's like, where it's just like, let's both put some skin in this game, or like money into this game, or something like that. because High Priestess card coming in here. Y'all are both intuitive, Aquarius. I wouldn't even be surprised if y'all are both spiritual. Excuse me. If y'all are both very spiritually in tune, just because it's just like y'all are both very receptive, but at the same time y'all are both very much so trying to just like read the room. It's very much so one of those things where it's just like y'all are both used to having to like think for the other person because they're never clear with their thoughts, and like this is just like finally like this is someone that you feel very matched by, or like of your caliber. That might come off as in like a weird way, Aquarius. But here's the thing, like even though they are like, you both are of each other's caliber, and I feel like you both are not used to having what could be perceived as a really healthy communication, healthy boundaries and all that, because of like things from the past. And so but you both get a sense of being like, oh, there's something I could do with this, but they have their sword up, right? So it's this weird, this is where it just gets into the weird nuances of the Aquarius, right? It's always hard for me to unpack, but it's like, it's a lot going on, Aquarius. And I hope to God that you guys are able to keep up with me. Not because of y'all not being able to keep up, darling, but it's just through my poorly trying to explain these impressions that I get, right? So let's continue on with this, Aquarius. Overall, there's some type of relationship in y'all's lives that y'all are mirroring, and then Ace of Cups coming in, yeah. Ace of Cups, that's your, I guess I need to show this card more. Ace of Cups being your card, your heart overflowing. I just see in this connection here, Aquarius, this is like right now, both of y'all swords are up. Eventually, when you both get the message, then it's like, oh, we can put our swords down, and then it's going to be very happy, very loving for both of y'all. All right. So let's continue on in this message. Let's wrap up this portion and continue on with more. All right, so we have the King of Cups coming forward to you, Aquarius, with the Five of Swords, as well as the Knight of Wands, darling. Feels almost as if someone's afraid of rushing things a little bit, so they're trying to hide their emotions. That's kind of like, I feel like the main thing here is, and because I'm speaking to you right now, Aquarius, I can only give you all advice, where it's just like, you know, I see you in this King of Cups in this place of not really wanting to show emotion, but you have very depthful emotion towards this connection here. Five of Swords coming in here, letting me know where it's just like, again, something from the past with that Six of Cups here. Maybe y'all, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you Aquariuses are trying to give something a second chance, and it's just trying to find that like it's just like that awkward stumbling phase of being like, you know, adjusting until y'all are able to just both be really comfortable with one another again through whatever happened from beforehand with that Knight of Wands. But once that adjustment is made, it's going to be very beautiful here. Two of Wands here. Definitely wouldn't be surprised, Aquarius, if you guys end up doing some long-term plans. You know, I did use as a reference where it's like some of y'all make plans of just like renting a room together, where it's just like, let's both get skin into this game, sort of thing, right? I feel like for many of you guys, this is like a connection that, this is really long term, right? When you have the Two of Wands, this is really long term. But the message with the Two of Wands as well, Aquarius, where it's just like, in this artwork, it doesn't really showcase it that well. But as the message shows, where it's like everyone's like looking forward into the future, right? In this card, that's the card where it's like you're looking far off into the future. You're putting the past completely behind you. You're not looking at what was behind. You're not looking from that Six of Cups beforehand with that Five of Swords, like what got you to, you know, anything that happened in the past. You're looking at the things going forward and focusing just on what's in the present now and how to go forward with this connection, with this situation, whatever the case may be for you, Aquarius. All right. So that's kind of like the advice I could give to you. Honestly, I could give that same advice to the person that's mirroring you, because it's like a lot of similarities with this, but obviously I can only talk to you right now, unless I'm dealing with a cross watcher, Aquarius, right? All right, let's see. Anything else that needs to be said with this, Aquarius? Do you think so? Does anything else need to be said for my Aquarians at this time before we wrap this reading up for my beautiful darlings? Let's see here. All right. two more cards. So we have here the Three of Discs as well as the King of Discs as well. Discs, Pentacles. So definitely kind of what I was sensing with that Two of Wands as well. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys end up doing something together, like some type of passion project, or it could even be as simple as like playing video games with one another. But in this dynamic, I do see it's like you guys you guys do something that brings you guys closer together, that gives you both a reason to see each other more often, talk to each other more often, do something together. That's kind of like the thing here, is where it's just like, it's hard for me to get out of my business mindset, because I'm very career oriented. So I'm aware sometimes my verbiage can come off as where it's like everything's just about career and hustle culture. But I think it's just something that more along the lines of Aquarius, where it's just like not like working together with them on for something that you both want share like the equal desire of an outcome for. If that makes sense, right? Working together on something to get the same desired outcome, whatever that looks like. I feel like that's what's going to bring you guys closer together as well. And I feel like that might even cause like the Hanged Man moment, where it's just like, oh, this person is asking my help for this way. Maybe this will showcase what they, it's like, it goes into all those little nuances and all of that, Aquarius, that I feel like you guys will understand entirely. So yeah, let's just wrap up this reading now, Aquarius, with an oracle card now. Yeah, we have here the new moon. Aquarius, the new moon, Aquarius, fabulous. The reason why I reacted the way I did, I mean, aside from dropping the card, but it's like I let go of it initially because I was like, oh yeah, like for many of you guys, it feels like, yeah, you're having a second chance with some type of relationship, some type of connection, some type of situation in your life. You're having a second chance with, I feel, and that's where the new start is coming, right? So I feel that's why I reacted the way I did, because I was just like, oh yeah, this is so fitting. This makes so much sense for Aquariuses right now, because it's just like, again, very much so in that Two of Wands energy, just like forgetting everything, not forgetting, but it's just like everything that happened in the past it's in the past. Y'all are just both looking forward and thinking about what can be done to just elevate y'all further. So very, very, very beautiful reading. A lot more simpler than most readings for you, Aquarius. So thank you for that today. If you enjoyed this tarot reading, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Aquarius, as well as if you want to book a private to personal reading with me, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. Next to my social medias, TikTok and Instagram, also being SimplyVelca. But until next time, my beautiful lovelies, I love you so much, Aquarius. I don't know what was that stumble. Bye, y'all.